We have a quick turnaround between match day 32 and match day 33. We have matches there on the midweek. Also, there is votes out there on the community tab. Let us know what match, vote for what match you want to watch there on Wednesday night. Before we jump into match day 33 predictions, though, let's take a look at the Nerdy Soccer table. Cote and Matt's picks are still tied in first place with 29 points. Kind of getting a little bit ahead of people, and Jay coming in at that third spot with 27 points. And then we still have this three-way tie there in the fourth spot between Save Crystal, Sam, and Joey Betts. If you want to get involved, the QR code is on the screen or the link is in the description for the three picks that are out there. Make your predictions also and see if you can climb that leaderboard. We are coming down to the end of the season, even though we will go all the way through to the MLS Cup for that. But enough of that. Let's jump into our match day 33 predictions. To kick off our midweek games, which is a game that is out there for you to vote on in the community tab, we have Atlanta United versus Inter Miami. Currently, Atlanta United, 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where Inter Miami, 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches. Atlanta are struggling, and I absolutely hate it. We needed to bring in a striker before the transfer window, and we did not. So I don't think that Atlanta will make the playoffs, and I'm very discouraged with that. But the East is very good, so you got to perform better than that. Atlanta United, 5 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses there at home, where Inter Miami are 9 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses on the road. The win probability, 60% in favor of Inter Miami, and I can't go against that. Do I want to go against that? Absolutely, because I want Atlanta to win. But Inter Miami is just too good. Messi coming back, starts in his first match back and scores 2 goals within 4 minutes of each other. But this one is a no-brainer for me. I have to pick Inter Miami, and I think that they win this match 3-0 over Atlanta United. So that takes us into the New England Revs versus CF Montreal. Currently, the Revs are 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where CF Montreal are 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. They are coming off of a win 2-1 against Charlotte FC there at home, but now they're traveling to the Revs. The Revs currently 4 wins, 3 draws, and 7 losses there at home, where Montreal only have 2 wins, 4 draws, and 8 losses on the road. But somehow, because of how they're scoring on the road, they are 44% in favor to win this match. I don't know if I can agree with that, because the Revs are pretty decent at home. They've been doing okay, even though they went on the road to Orlando last weekend, and lost 3-0. This one was hard for me. I had to go right down the middle, and I think that both teams walk away with a point. I think Montreal travel and get a point. And I think this match ends in a 1-1 draw there at Gillette Stadium. So another match out there for you to vote for there on the community tab is NYCFC versus Philadelphia Union. Currently, NYCFC 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Philadelphia Union 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. NYCFC have looked good at home with 8 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. They are coming. Their last home game was a draw with Chicago Fire. So hopefully they turn it around here. I don't know. Philadelphia Union, 4 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses on the road. The win probability is fairly close in this one. 41% to NYCFC, 38% to the Philadelphia Union. And the expected goals is 2 to 1.9 for Philadelphia Union. I think it's close to that, but I think that NYCFC win there at home, and I think they win this match 2-1 over Philadelphia Union. So next up, we have Toronto FC versus Columbus Crew. Currently, Toronto 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where Columbus Crew 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. They just played Cincinnati on the road and got a draw, where Toronto played at home, won that match 2-1 over Austin FC. Currently, Toronto are 7 wins, 0 draws, and 7 losses there at home. Columbus Crew 7 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses on the road. We know how good Columbus are, and the win probability is showing that here at 74% that Columbus Crew go on the road and win this match. And I have to stick with that. The expected goals for Columbus are 2.7, almost 3 to Toronto's 1. And I think that it's going to be that. I think that Columbus go on the road to Toronto and win this match 3-1 at BMO Field. Next up, we have Orlando City versus Charlotte FC. Currently, Orlando 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Charlotte FC 2 draws and 3 losses. Definitely in a slump right now. I had higher hopes for them, especially after Leagues Cup, but they have kind of fallen off. Orlando at home, 5 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses, where Charlotte are 4 wins, 3 draws, and 7 losses on the road. With their current form, though, the win probability in this one is fairly close, 38% to Orlando City and then 33% for Charlotte. The expected goals is 1.1 to just 1. With the way that Orlando played against the Revs last week, they're currently on a 2-match winning streak, and currently Charlotte are on a 2-match losing streak. I think that both of those streaks continue for these teams, and I think that Orlando get the job done 2-1 over Charlotte SC. Now we head down to Texas for Houston Dynamo versus Vancouver Whitecaps. Currently Houston 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where Vancouver Whitecaps 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Houston Dynamo 5 wins, 6 draws, 3 losses at home, so not a terrible record at home. And also on the flip side, Vancouver have a pretty good away record with 7 wins, 3 draws, and 4 losses. With that being said, the win probability is in favor of Vancouver at 44%, and then a 32% there for a draw. So it's saying it's even less for the Dynamo. Both teams currently, Houston on a 3-match unbeaten streak, where Vancouver's on a 4-match unbeaten streak. So this is going to be a good match. I think Houston's playing well at home. They looked pretty good against LAFC on the road, and then also getting a draw at home against LAFC, and then winning dominantly 4-1 over Real Salt Lake over the weekend. I just can't see Vancouver coming in and winning, but I do believe they come in and get a draw, and I think that this match ends in a 2-2 draw there in Houston. Next up, we have Minnesota United versus FC Cincinnati. Currently, Minnesota 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where FC Cincinnati 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Minnesota at home 5 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses, where FC Cincinnati are 9 wins, a draw, and 3 losses on the road. With that record, the win probability is in favor of Cincinnati at 59%, with an expected goals of 2.1, where Minnesota is just 1.1. And I actually think I got to go with that expected goals. Cincinnati did not really have a great showing against Columbus, and neither did Columbus against Cincinnati over the weekend. Minnesota, however, did go on the road to St. Louis, which St. Louis again let me down, winning 3-1 there on the road. I just think Cincinnati is a better side, and I think that they win this match 2-1 over Minnesota United. That leads us into Nashville SC versus Chicago Fire. Currently, Nashville 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Chicago Fire 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Both teams coming off a win there over the weekend, which is a good confidence booster for both of them, especially for the Chicago Fire beating the Red Bulls at home. Nashville currently at home 4 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. Chicago on the road 2 wins, 5 draws, and 7 losses. With the way that the Fire have looked and what they're doing on the road, the win probability is in favor of the Fire here, but I can't go with that. I think that Nashville came out, looked pretty good against a struggling Atlanta side. I did pick Atlanta to win that game because they were at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but Nashville looked pretty decent, and I think that they get the job done here at home at Geodis Park and beat the Chicago Fire 2-1. Next up, we have Sporting Kansas City versus Colorado Rapids. Sporting Kansas City 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, while the Rapids are 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Currently, Sporting Kansas City are unbeaten in their last 7 home matches, so that will play a role. Currently, they are 5 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses there at home, where Colorado Rapids are 5 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses on the road. The win probability is in favor, though, of the Rapids because of how they perform on the road. The expected goal is 2.1 for Kansas, where Colorado is 2.6. I think it's going to be similar to that, and I think that Colorado Rapids ends the Sporting Kansas City unbeaten streak there at home with a win 2-1 over Sporting Kansas City. And that takes us to Real Salt Lake to FC Dallas. Currently, RSL 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Not really what we're used to seeing with them this season, where FC Dallas 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. RSL at home, though, 9 wins, a draw, and 3 losses. FC Dallas have only won 1 match on the road with 5 draws and 8 losses. The win probability heavily in favor of Real Salt Lake at 64%, but I can't go with that. I think that with their current form and even Dallas's current form, they're very mediocre right now, and I actually think that FC Dallas will go on the road here and walk away with a point, not the win, just the point, and I think this ends in a 1-1 draw there in Salt Lake. So we head out further west. We have LAFC versus Austin FC. Currently, LAFC 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Austin 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Don't really see that much for LAFC either this season, kind of like RSL. So that's keeping RSL relevant in the Western Conference standings. LAFC 9 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses in their at home. Stumbling over my words there. Austin, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 8 losses there on the road. Obviously, in favor heavily to LAFC at 64% for that win probability. And I have to go with that. I think that Austin has not looked that great in their last 2 matches. And I actually think that LAFC, with how they have performed in their last couple matches, they get it together. And I actually think that they win this match 3-0 over Austin FC. So our second to last match of the midweek, and I think it's going to be one of the best matches this week. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. It's Portland Timbers versus LA Galaxy. Currently, the Timbers are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Currently on a 10-match unbeaten streak. They're at home, where LA Galaxy are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The Timbers at home this year, 8 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, where LA Galaxy 5 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses on the road. But with the way that LA perform on the road, they are in favor to win this one at 42%, where Timbers is 36%. Again, I can't go with that. I can't go with that win probability. I think that the Portland Timbers continue their streak at home there as being unbeaten and win this match 2-1 over LA Galaxy. And for our final match here in the midweek, we have Seattle Sounders versus San Jose Earthquakes. Currently, Seattle 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where the Earthquakes are 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Seattle is currently on a 2-match winning streak, while the Earthquakes are on a 2-match losing streak. Seattle at home, 7 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses. Earthquakes on the road, 2 wins, a draw, and 11 losses. I think just from hearing that, you know what the win probability is. Very much towards Seattle Sounders, and I have to go with that. I think the Seattle Sounders get this done pretty easily against the Earthquakes and win this match 3-1 there at Lumen Field. So that is it for match day 33. Tell me down below what your predictions are for this midweek. If you want to get involved and predict those 3 matches that are out there, QR code's on the screen. The link is in the description. Also, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. And we will see you for the live stream on Wednesday.